Your host Christian Trinity, featuring Christian Prince, an educational Christian video.
Because they become just a bunch of employees, and they work for dictators, in those countries, and always they support anyone whoever the ruler. They are hypocrite. So the Orthodox Church, uh, they have no job no more, in the street, in the public. They are just people who make money. People respect them for no reason. And patriarch is a patriarch. What the patriarch do? Nothing. He have no job. He don't teach.
Yes,
He just do a ceremony every Easter. He have a bodyguards. He live in a palace like the Pope, and you see him in TV praising Putin. This is his job. That's it. He don't have other job. He don't have a job to rebuke sin and to teach about Christianity. His job is he's a political officer, corrupt. The same as all of them. This is why free Christians, I don't support traditional churches no more for that reason, because I noticed that traditional churches, they have a lot of corruption, and same time we don't want like a churches like anyone open a church like what happened with the Protestant, where anyone will open a church and then he will start saying whatever he want. So we will have a mess. So we as a Christian, we have to be vigilant, and we have to go by a person who is very biblical, not somebody he claimed to be a bishop. It doesn't matter what the church name he called. He called it Catholic, he called it Protestant, he called it Orthodox. Anyone is not biblical, we will never follow him, we will not ever listen to him, and we will never call him a priest. Anyone who speak in the name of God, he rebuke sin, and he rebuke all false religions. And he said the truth, there is no way except Jesus. This is a man of God. We listen to him, we respect him. Anyone else? No.
very true. And this is almost impossible in Russia right now, because to be a true Christian, you pretty much have to call out Islam, which is the fastest growing religion. I want to say state-sponsored religion, because Putin is actually sponsoring it. He is giving it an okay, and he basically covers up their sins to grow in Russia. And so to be a true Christian in Russia, one has to be pretty much willing and ready to face everything that will come against them.
We have to make it, we have to be fair. It's not only Russia doing that. Like, Joe Biden, he quote Muhammad. George Bush, he say Islam mean peace. The president of France, the Pope himself, he says, Christians and Muslims worship the same God. So this is a trend of the liberals and the communists. Both of them, they use Islam to accomplish an agenda, political agenda. So this exists not only in Russia, this exists all over Europe. This exists in the Middle East. The only one actually is fighting Islam right now is Muslims. Like if you go to Muslim countries, you will find that anyone who is Islamist, he will be arrested. Like in Egypt, in Saudi Arabia, in Emirat, in Bahrain. You grow your beard, you say I'm a Islamist, they will arrest you. You go to London. London is a land of terrorism. There is all the terrorists who they are wanted by Saudi Arabia, Egypt, Emirat, Bahrain. They go to London. They go to Europe. So this is not a local thing. This is international, and this is why what we do is very important.
This is why I'm really grateful to you for everything you do. I mean, other sites may be getting more clicks, but I just want you to let you know that there are people who are seriously listening to you, who are seriously learning, and who are going to use this information later on, because this is a weapon against this satanic religion that is crawling across the planet right now. It's very weak. It has been neutered right now by people like you, but I think more people need to get their stuff together and get serious about learning this, know their Bible, know the filthy Quran, and always keep a copy of the Quran for toilet paper for the next pandemic.
Anytime you think you can like collect a bunch of let's say teachers, priests, people who they are serious, they are good Christians, I can do a seminar. I did a seminar in a Bible university in Ukraine. Like it wasn't too many. I think maybe there's 20, 25 people in the class, but those are people they are studying the Bible, you know. So I did a seminar about Islam. People love it very much, and I can do the same for the Russian. I have a translator. I don't know. I don't speak. Actually, most of the students, the Ukrainian, they speak Russian, you know. So or actually, all of them they speak Russian. But I have a translator translating what I say. You can do the same if you want. You can bring those who they are interested to learn. They can ask me all the questions they want. We can make the whole session in the Russian language. You ask me the question, you translate their question, and you translate my answer.
That's a very good idea. I'm not very familiar with Quran in Russian. I would probably need to read it to familiarize myself with the language of the Quran in Russian, but then I could certainly do this because my English and Russian are about the same.
Yeah, and I mean, you don't worry about to be familiar very much because you will just translate what I'm saying, you know.
All right,
And
all
people
right.
they
Well,
can take
Christian
note.
Prince, once again,
And we can make it.
you're a
We can
wonderful
even
person. Thank you very
make
much.
it.
Yes.
We can even make it private if they are like, you know, sensitive. They don't want to be exposed their voice, etc. Because they live in Russia. You know, we can make the whole thing private, which means we can go,
Yes, certainly.
you know, live. We can even have in YouTube, like so I can show my screen, or in Discord. We make a private conference, and we can do it, or even Skype.
Yes, because actually, there's a lot of censorship going on in Russia, and right now, all the nodes that the information is being sent through in Russia, Putin pretty much decrypts. And so, even when I talk to my mom on WhatsApp and I try to bring up a certain subject, she is afraid to talk about it, and she says, "Please, let's not talk about it." That's pretty much the mood of most people in Russia right now because they're feeling under his thumb.
I think Viber is more protected than WhatsApp. WhatsApp is not a good app. Use Viber with your mom.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, Christian Prince, one may God bless you and keep you and shine his light upon you. Thank you for your time. I just wanted the audience to know that these things are happening in Russia and that Putin is hiding behind conservatism. And really, at the same time, he's ushering in Islam. So basically, he's trying to mock America by saying, oh, look at us, we're conservative, we're about family values. But he neglects to say that at the same time, he's setting up the platform for Islam to thrive and blossom in Russia. And he neuters the Christianity, where people cannot confess Jesus Christ as he is. They have to agree with state religion. So it's like going back to the USSR.
He is conservative, but he have no problem with women going and work in web camera, opening their legs. He's very conservative,
Yes.
but he have no problem with nightclub, striptease nightclub. He's very conservative, you know, like he is a very, very conservative with all the garbage that goes around, and he see it, and everybody knows about it. So we know that he is, you know, like now it's too late for him to claim to be what he claimed, and I pray he will be doomed, the same as the Assad. He was doomed. He will be doomed. He is losing ground everywhere. He is losing, and you know, if you look at the currency, and like sadly, like we cannot make the guy lose without making the Russian lose, which is not really what we want. The Russian are the victims of this filthy man. If you
Yes, and you know, in Russian,
if you
yes, go
try
ahead.
to check the price of the ruble,
Yeah, it's not doing very well at all. You know, in Russia, there's two words for Russian. There's an ethnic Russian, and then there's a Russian that is accepted in the Russian Federation. And so oftentimes in many chat rooms on the internet right now, what you will see is those Chechen people, they go and they post the Russian flag next to their Muslim flags, and they say Russia stands with Gaza, for example, or Russia stands with Iran. But they don't even speak Russian language. A lot of them don't even, they cannot read a Russian book, and they're calling themselves Russian. And so Putin is dissolving this Russian base, and he's
you know,
spreading
the funny.
himself.
I don't know
Yes.
if you know the funny that the Chechenian from Kadyrov men, they were fighting with the Russian soldiers against the Muslims in Syria, and they were killing them with the Iranian. The Iranian, they were killing Muslim Sunni. This is why now the Muslim Sunni in Syria took over, and they kicked out the Iranian and the Shia. And Putin, you know, now he is in a very bad situation in Syria. If we look at the ruble, you know, 5 years ago, $1 was equal to 64 ruble. $1, 64. Today, as we speak, it is 110.
To be continued. If you enjoyed this video, consider buying me a coffee. With that, you be helping me put out more educational Christian videos. Thank you.